Hi, I'm Jeff Clark, founder and chief investment strategist at Jeff Clark Research. See this envelope I'm holding? Inside is the name of a single stock, which I'll show you in a moment. Now, on the surface, this stock's not particularly special. It's never been mentioned alongside the great American stocks, though it's as American as baseball and apple pie. You see, most folks would probably see its ticker symbol and gloss right over it. It's definitely not one of those sexy stocks that the folks on CNBC like to talk about. And yet, over the years, I've used this single stock as a cash cow to rake in thousands of dollars month after month, just by taking advantage of a simple pattern hidden within its chart. Take a look at this snapshot. Each of those circles represents a 1 month period and the potential profits you could have pulled in from this stock with just a few minutes effort each month. Add it all up, and you'd be sitting on $273,441. Now, in a moment, I'll open this envelope and show you the name of the stock and the spreadsheet walking you through those gains. You'll see firsthand how you can take a seemingly boring stock and potentially turn it into your own cash cow, pulling out thousands or maybe even tens of thousands of dollars every month without doing anything crazy or complicated. Put simply, this is your chance to change your fortune just like I did. And it's not just me doing this either. You see, I've already shown everyday folks just like you my secrets, and they've had the chance to line their pockets too. Like Ronald K., who wrote me to say, I made $5,000 in 1 week. And Charles H., who said, so far, I've earned about $19,000 in 2 months. Or William R., who said, up $2,834 in 1 day. And Brad K., who said, another blowout week. You nailed it again. $65,000 realized gains this week. Now, I don't care who you are. You make an extra $65,000 in a week, and a lot of problems and worries kind of fade away. Today, I'll show you how it works, and I'll even show you how to get started immediately. You'll see that you do not have to be a stock market expert to get started. All it takes is a few minutes a month and a few $100s in your brokerage account, if you choose to act on it. Best of all, it doesn't take years to start making money. As early as today, you can take a boring stock your friends wouldn't look twice at and potentially start making more money off it in a month than they make off their whole portfolio in a year. Inevitably, your lifestyle will change. Neighbors will whisper, how did he afford that new boat? Did you see the new addition he put on his house? And what about that trip to Paris he took his family on? Where did he get all that money? Now, I assure you, it happens. I mean, it happened to me when I was just getting started, and it's happened to other people just like you who followed the advice that I'm going to give you today. Now, as you've probably gathered, my approach is unique. It's unlike anything you've probably ever seen. And that's because I don't do things the usual way. You see, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Everything you've been told about investing for wealth and retirement is wrong. If you talk to a financial planner, they'll tell you to buy mutual funds, buy ETFs, and be content to follow the market. But they fail to tell you that that approach takes forever. And even if your mutual funds and ETFs track the market perfectly, you can never beat it because of the enormous fees that you pay fund managers for basically twiddling their thumbs. Seriously. Their job is literally to just buy any stock on a given index. A monkey could do it, but they make it seem like they're performing miracles. Now look, here's the cold hard truth. Doing things the old-fashioned way, most people can't beat the market. Heck, it's estimated that even as much as 97% of pros can't beat the market over time. But over the last few decades, I've been a part of the remaining 3% that consistently beats the market. How? Well, I found that one stock, one unique stock that moves in a predictable way, and that's all you need. I've learned the details of a single stock so well that I'm able to predict with incredible 92.3% accuracy where it will go next based on its chart patterns. Now, because of this strategy, a good chunk of my wealth has come from just a single stock. I'm going to give you the name and the ticker of the stock for free, and I'm also going to show you how you can access my 8-video options training series today. With this information in hand, you'll be a long stride ahead of most investors out there. When I got started, I was lucky. I got a job in the investment industry and got to study markets for a living while actively trading my own brokerage account. And even with that advantage, until I developed my one stock strategy, I struggled just like everyone else. And at one point, I had lost $70,000. But that loss was ultimately a small price to pay for the lessons I learned. I've turned that initial loss into millions gained, and I've helped countless others grow rich along the way. And today, I'm sharing the biggest lessons I learned, and I'm certain you can use them for the chance to start profiting right away. With the knowledge I've gained, I effectively wrote the book on making serious cash in any market. I built and ran a $200 million money management firm based on my investment strategy that attracted millions of dollars from executives, Silicon Valley hotshots, and even the occasional pro athlete. I've had more than a dozen investment banks and financial firms, including Merrill Lynch, contact me and try to discover my secret. And after hearing about some of my big wins, they wanted to know how I was making more money than their best guys. A business college even asked me to create an MBA course around my investment strategy. I taught MBA students my secrets to stacking the odds in their favor. My investing secrets even allowed me to buy my dream home in one of the nicest neighborhoods in America. My neighbors include sports legends, as well as some of the richest people in the world. Now, I'm not telling you this to brag, but I want to drive home a point. I know from personal experience that this one stock retirement approach works, which leads to the obvious question. How is it possible to retire with just one stock? Now, the answer is that you don't invest in it the same way that everyone else does. You see, over time, the Dow has returned an average of 5.42% a year. And at that rate, you could double your money roughly every 13 years. That's not good enough for me. See, those returns will never give you the lifestyle you truly want. Why wait 13 years for gains that you should be making in 13 days or maybe even 13 hours? And it's true, I've done it. Frankly, I've never had any intention of settling for average market returns that I'd have to hold till I die to make real money. I set out with the intention of making serious money while I was young enough to enjoy it. And to do that, I focused all my attention on the most lucrative area of the market and worked at it tirelessly until I cracked the code. And trust me, you're not going to pull in $65,000 in a week buying and holding mutual funds, which is why I focused all of my attention on options. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about options, but there's one fact that no one disputes. Options have the power to make you serious money fast. Now, I've had people say to me, but don't options carry risk? And sure, every investment carries risk. However, the strategy I'm sharing with you today is a chance to use options to lower risk while boosting reward. It's simple, really. It just requires a bit of specific knowledge. Think about it this way. Flying is by far the safest way to travel. But if you hop into the cockpit of a 747 with zero experience, you'll probably get killed. The same idea is at play with options. As long as you use them the right way, they can be very safe. You can actually reduce your risk while increasing your profits by 3, 5, even 10 times. In fact, you can trade this one stock and potentially make $18,666, $19,508, or even $21,730 in a month, just like my readers have had the chance to do. All it takes is a stock moving a little bit up or down, and you can make thousands of dollars more than you would by playing the stock directly. For example, take a look at the option I bought on Bristol Myers Squibb. At the time, the drug maker had been trending downward for 6 months straight. Bears were pounding the stock in full force, and I probably looked crazy, but my data showed the stock was about to rise, and fast. So I used options. The next day, I closed out my trade for a 150% gain. Now, all those short sellers lost money from Bristol Myers, but I more than doubled my money overnight. Another time, I bought an option on the retail giant Target. And this time, the stock hadn't gone anywhere in years. Look at the chart. It was going nowhere, stuck in a sideways trend. But, like before, my data showed the stock was about to make a big move. The very next day, I sold my position for a 161% gain. By trading the stock directly, you'd have pulled in just 20%. With $1,000 on the line, it's the difference in making $1,610 in profit overnight or just $200. And then there was the fast food chain Sonic Corp. Now, Sonic was a hot ticket. They had new commercials rolling out, new locations opening around the country, and they were hitting on all their goals as a business. On the surface, it looked like a stock that you'd want to own. But my system doesn't care what the news says, and the Sonic chart didn't lie. Something was off, and I knew I could exploit it. So once again, I traded options. And what happened? I was right again, and my options soared 400% overnight. Now that turns $10,000 into $50,000 overnight. And that's the beauty of options. Now, do you see why I prefer them over long-term plays? You can get started with as much or as little money as you want, and you don't have to wait too long to get paid. I often cash out of a trade in just a few days. But here's the biggest thing I learned over the years. You don't need to pour over tons of stocks to make a killing. There's just too much noise with dozens of stocks to watch. So you're far better off knowing one stock like the back of your hand and trading it exclusively. It's how I'm able to take a boring stock that you wouldn't look twice at, like the one in this envelope, and turn it into a total 10, 20, heck, potentially even a 30 bagger or more. I'm 100% confident that this single stock could make you more money than anything else you've invested in. And I'm going to reveal it to you so you can learn how to start doing this yourself immediately with as little or as much capital as you want. All right, so let's open this envelope. Now, believe me, this single stock can produce tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in gains. It's my favorite stock to recommend because it has some of the best, most clearly defined chart patterns of any stock I've ever seen. Now, that means you can count on its patterns yielding the results you want more often than any other stock out there. And that's a huge benefit for short-term trades made based on chart patterns. In short, this is the single best stock for potentially unlimited profits. As you can see, the ticker symbol is GDX. And the name of this stock is the VanEck Vectors Gold Miners ETF. Now, GDX is an exchange-traded fund, or ETF, that tracks a basket of gold stocks. There's an endless wealth locked inside this single stock. You can use it to rake in thousands of dollars. It could single-handedly fund your retirement. I call this stock a fountain of potentially limitless wealth because you can make money off it when it goes up and when it goes down. Heck, you can even make money off it when it goes nowhere. Let me show you what I mean. GDX has been on an overall bull run for months now, but only betting on the upward movement would have severely limited your profit potential. Now take a look at a few of the gains you could have pulled in using options on GDX. You could have traded the stock using call options and bagged quick gains like 268%, 178%, 142%, and 121%. And that's just on the upward moves. Now look at a few of the gains you could have pulled in on the downward corrections. 273%, 158%, 112%, and 100%. And what about the times the stock just moved sideways, essentially going nowhere? You could have profited off of that too. By selling options on GDX, you could have pulled in gains like 68%, 81%, 82%, and 86%. Best of all, you could have bagged some of those gains in as little as a few hours. And depending on how much you trade, you could have made upwards of $167,000. As you can see, there are a lot of opportunities to profit with just GDX. In fact, there was one 9-month period where I recommended 25 GDX trades, and 24 of them were profitable. Again, that's the power we have with GDX, and it's why I consider it the single best stock to track and trade. What makes this stock so special is that it tends to closely follow the price of gold. And this is great because there's literally centuries of data to pull from with gold. And because of this, I've been able to use my trading system to recommend GDX with up to 96% accuracy over a 9-month period. Oh, and before I forget, here's that spreadsheet I've promised with all the GDX trades I've recommended, winners and losers. You see that not all of them are huge gains, but they add up to a massive overall return. And these aren't hypothetical gains either. These are actual trades that I recommended. And we recommended to hold many of those trades for just a couple of days. Now imagine if you had gotten in on those trades yourself. You could have easily racked up 6 figures in gains. In fact, many of my readers have had huge success with GDX. For example, Dave N wrote in to say, recently joined up and following your thoughts on GDX, I made almost 100% on a call in 1 day and just over 400% on a put in 6 days. Thanks and keep it up. Jeremiah M wrote, I haven't been a member for very long, but I wanted to let you know that I'm pleased with the results of the GDX trade. I made $505 and spent $1.36 to put on the trade. Keep up the good work. Whit W. said, I want to thank Jeff Clark for his recent article on GDX. After reading this article, the next morning I bought GDX options. Just 2 days later, I closed the trade for a 35% gain. Kathy M. said, thank you for all your tips on where gold, GDX, is headed. I just made a 50% profit on a put option I set up. Your instructions are simple to follow. Bill W. said, just wanted to say thank you, Jeff. I invested in GDX and made 100% gain. I'm not a professional investor. I don't know anything about investing. Tom M. wrote, today I closed out the GDX call option you recommended for a 150% gain in less than 3 weeks. There's nothing I love more than seeing people make real money off my simple strategy. Letters like these make my day every time I receive them. And as you can see, big gains fast is the kind of potential you can have with a stock like GDX. It has certainly improved the quality of my life. See, I don't spend countless hours analyzing stocks or stress over which stocks to pick. And I actually have time to hang out with my kids and my wife. I vacation when I want to. I go to ball games when I want to. Essentially, I'm able to do what I want, when I want, without worrying about money or getting permission from anyone. And trust me, I'm not special. I believe anyone can live this lifestyle with just a few minutes effort each week. Now, to give you the most benefit that I can, I'm also going to give you the names and ticker symbols of 2 other perfect stocks to trade. Again, yours free today, no strings attached. You see, knowing one stock like the back of your hand is essential for the chance to make consistent profits. But working in a couple more stocks, as you get more confident, gives you the best chance to always have money rolling in. That's a total of 3 different stocks you can use to start making money right away. Like GDX, these other 2 stocks track an entire sector. This allows the chance to capitalize on both the upside and downside movements of specific chunks of the market, which is especially important given the volatility that we've seen in the market lately. Now, I've been doing this for 30 years and found that these types of stocks are hands down the best way to profit using my simple strategy. Now, the benefit to us is that the chart patterns are much more clearly defined. Stocks that track entire sectors tend to have nice, clean movements, and they tend to avoid the unpredictable swings of individual stocks. I love this next stock because it closely tracks the hottest sector on earth right now. It's the tech sector. Now, most of the recent gains of the overall market have come from the incredible strength of the tech sector. Now, being able to isolate technology from the rest of the market and make trades on it directly is a godsend. Look at the huge gains big tech companies have brought in recently. You've got Amazon up as high as 93%, Apple up as much as 102%, Facebook up nearly 56%, Microsoft up as high as 62%, and they've been the big drivers of the broad market. With this one stock, you'll be able to trade all these companies in one and potentially get much bigger gains. Now, the name of this stock is the Technology Select Sector Spider Fund, and the ticker symbol is XLK. Now, the final stock I have for you aims to track the movements of the financial sector. And this includes banks, insurance companies, real estate, and financial services, among other things. Now, riding the ups and downs of the financial sector can lead to huge wins, especially during uncertain economic times like what we're in right now. Now, the name of this stock is the Financial Select Sector Spider ETF, and the ticker symbol is XLF. Now, I still think GDX is going to be our top stock pick for trading options, especially as the gold bull market continues underway. But being prepared to trade the tech and financial sectors will definitely help give you the chance to keep your pockets fat. And again, this information is yours completely free today, so you can have the best tools that I know of for making money. Now, between these 3 stocks, I expect you could have several trades every month, potentially giving you the chance to rake in thousands of extra dollars every week. And this is the best way I know of for beginners to take their money and multiply it many times over, all while limiting risk and boosting profits far beyond anything you would likely achieve buying stocks directly. Even if you've never traded before, you could take the information I'm giving you today for free and use it to make a small fortune. Plus, to make sure you'll have all the tools to learn how to trade these stocks like a pro, I'm going to show you how you can access my private options training videos. Here's a sampling of the kind of information that you'll find in these videos. There's the 5 basic chart patterns that you have to know in order to beat the market. The most common mistake that people make with options. How, when, and why to take profits. how to use options to generate instant cash from just a few mouse clicks. And there's a whole lot more. These videos contain over 4 hours of the best options trading tips, tricks, strategies, and secrets that I've learned in my 3 decades trading options. Combined with the 3 stock picks that I'm giving you, you'll be in a better position than most investors out there. See, options are a beautiful creation. Each option allows you to control the profit of 100 shares of an underlying stock. And you can often do it with as little as $100 or less for one option contract. So, for example, here's a GDX trade that I recommended in May of 2019. At the time, GDX stock was trading at about $20 a share. And based on my research and the chart patterns that were lining up, I expected the stock to go to 25. Now, we could have recommended buying 100 shares of GDX for a total $2,000 and control the gains of 100 shares. Or we could recommend purchasing one call option on GDX stock for just $61 and control the same gains on those 100 shares. So whether you own 100 real shares or you own one call option, when GDX hits 25, you're sitting on a profit of $500. The difference is, with this GDX option, you only put up $61 to gain $500 in profit. And with a direct purchase of the stock, you'd have had to put up $2,000 in order to gain $500 in profit. So for me, the option is a no-brainer. That's the secret to my own success, and it's going to be the secret to yours too. Now, of course, all investments carry risk. Past performance does not indicate future returns, and I would never recommend investing any amount of money that you aren't willing to lose. And options themselves come with specific risks. With my core strategy, your risk will be limited to the amount that you pay for the option. But there are some rare cases in which you could be on the hook for purchasing 100 shares if you choose to make those specific types of trades. Now, while losses in any type of investing are inevitable, what I've been able to achieve with GDX is, frankly, it's incredible. I studied the markets and discovered a way to use just a fraction of the upfront money most investors use to make way more money, way faster, and with 92.3% accuracy. And like I said before, my strategy has been so successful that a college asked me to create an MBA program. I run a $200 million money management firm with the strategy. I've even been asked to work on some of the top investment firms on earth. I always turn them down. And it doesn't matter whether you're young or old, working 50 hours a week at a job that you don't like, or retired and worried that you can't live comfortably off your savings. It's never too late to take control of your financial future. You can follow my lead. You can use the same system that I use to your advantage. You can achieve financial freedom. And again, I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but I'm living proof that it certainly can happen over time. Now, I've shown you real proof that I've used this strategy to rake in massive gains. And regular folks who've applied my strategy have made a killing too. Like Mo A, who told me, I profited a net total of $12,338.17 in 14 days. And David B, who said, I made over $26,000 in 2 weeks with little risk. I want you to have that same opportunity, the chance to live life on your own terms without worrying about money. Whether you're investing for a second income stream, to achieve a dream retirement, or simply for the fun of making tons of money off the money you currently have. I've been able to do that consistently for decades. Now, I can't make guarantees. Any investor who does is either a fool or a liar. And of course, past performance isn't a guarantee of future results. But with decades of consistent profits and proof of concept under my belt, I'm confident my strategy will continue to outperform. And that's why I do so much intensive research, to give my followers the same edge that I've used to get rich. Today, you can get that same edge. I've already given you the names of my 3 favorite stock picks, stocks I've actually used and still recommend over and over to see incredible results. And in a moment, I'll show you how you can access my entire options training video series. You won't find a better starting point for options trading research anywhere, at any price. I'm confident you can take that information and use it for the chance to start making serious money. But today, I want to go even further. I want to give you a chance to access all of my content, including my options trade recommendations, plus a chance to follow all of my real trade recommendations in real time. You can look over my shoulder and have the chance to profit off my trade recommendations the same way hundreds of other people have. And I've made getting started as easy as possible. I put all the information you need to get started immediately in my new report. It's called How to Turn a Boring Stock into a $1 Million Retirement. It explains exactly what you need to do to look over my shoulder and see how to trade my real options recommendations yourself in your own brokerage account. Even if you've never traded an option before, you'll learn the steps that you can take to start trading options yourself in no time at all. I'll show you how to set up an account, how to make sure the account is ready to trade options, and how to easily find all the options I recommend to trade. This report will also go over the other stocks that I look at on occasion. This report will also show you how to access the full 8 videos in my Money Multiplier Masterclass. Now, if I were selling that report, it could cost as much as $1,000. But I want to put it in your hands today for free as part of this special offer. In short, this report will show you how to take the information that I've given you and put it into action. Between all 8 training videos, you get more than 4 hours of professional options training. But more importantly than all of that, you'll also see how to follow my specific recommendations. The same kind of recommendations my readers have used to pull in incredible gains. I'll let you look over my shoulder and see exactly what I recommend to earn an extra income trading 1 to 3 stocks. As I've said over and over, you only need a few stocks that you know very well for the opportunity to make a comfortable living from the stock market. Now, with the information I've given you today, you can go and get started trading options all on your own. Using what I've given you, you'll be light years ahead of most option traders out there. But it can be tough to get started. Even with the knowledge that I've shared today, it can still be a little bit intimidating stepping into the deep end without some help. That's why I'm offering you all of these extra benefits inside my new report, How to Turn a Boring Stock into a $1 Million Retirement. The 8 videos in my training series will round out your options trading knowledge. And being able to look over my shoulder to trade my live recommendations, just like my other readers who have had the chance to make a killing in the market, can put you on track to live the life that you want to live. You can access this new report and get all the benefits that it offers for free with a no-risk subscription to my newest options trading research service, Jeff Clark Trader. Now look, I want to show you how to make a lot of money, period. I have a proven track record of helping regular folks crush the market using my strategy. This is the same strategy that has been coveted by investment banks, utilized by the ultra-wealthy, and was even turned into an MBA program at a college. But with Jeff Clark Trader, you don't have to be already wealthy to take advantage of my strategy. I've created an options trading research service that is accessible to anyone and everyone. Other options trading research services out there have horrible records. Plus, they're run by folks who probably have a lot less experience than I have, and they often lose money over time. Now, moreover, most options trading research services on the market are really expensive. They often cost several $100s a month, or maybe even thousands of dollars per year. Now, Jeff Clark Trader is different. We offer incredible results at a price that anyone can afford. Now, I'll get into the details of that in just a moment. But for now, suffice it to say that one of your monthly cell phone bills could probably cover the cost for years. Now, going by my past results, you could hypothetically cover the cost of the service for years with the profits from your very first trade, if you choose to act on my advice. The goal of Jeff Clark Trader is simple. I want to help everyone, from complete beginners to skilled investors, learn how to use options to lower risk while boosting their investment returns. I want to prove that you can have a good second income stream without having to get a second job or create an expensive side business. I want to prove that you can build a dream retirement without having to skimp and sacrifice little luxuries now simply to be able to exist when you retire. Jeff Clark Trader proves that you can obtain these kinds of goals while having fun making money for yourself. And best of all, you can do it in just a few minutes a month from anywhere in the world. I've made following this research service as simple as it can possibly be. In Jeff Clark Trader, I give you specific option trade recommendations that I've personally picked and vetted. I'll walk you through the trade recommendations, why I picked it, the charts I looked at, and the patterns that I see that make me believe that it's a good trade. Then I tell you exactly what to enter into your brokerage account to place the trade if you choose to act on it. You can simply read the trade and place it. Or you can dig into the details of the trade to better understand how my whole approach works. I take all the guesswork out of options trading while helping you get comfortable learning to place options trades yourself. And I do all of this at a price that anyone can afford. Now, I don't want to offer a research service that only wealthy folks can take advantage of, which also means that you don't have to be rich to follow the advice in Jeff Clark Trader. However, I do recommend having at least a few $100s at your disposal. That will make sure you can potentially have multiple trades going at any one time. Now, we don't often recommend holding trades for very long. I like to see the most gains as possible as quickly as possible. But there's probably going to be times where you have more than one trade recommendation on at any one time. Now, getting my personal recommendations is one of the immediate benefits of Jeff Clark Trader. But that's not all you get. Besides getting access to all of my specific trade recommendations and my entire Money Multiplier Masterclass, as a Jeff Clark Trader subscriber, you'll also gain full access to my selection of special reports. Now, these reports are not available for sale anywhere. There's quite a few on my members-only website, but here's 3 that I'll point out right now. The first is called The Ultimate Guide to Generating Income with Options. Options are one of the most powerful tools to trade the markets, and this report will put you well ahead of the vast majority of investors. The information in this report has resulted in a number of life-changing gains for me and my subscribers. It essentially shows you how to get paid immediately with the click of a mouse. The technique is called put selling, and it's probably the best gig I've ever found in the market. There are definitely things that you want to know to get the most out of this strategy, and I cover all of them in this report. This report adds to the information that I share in video number 4 of my options trading course. Next, you'll have access to my report, The Jeff Clark Trader Guide to Technical Analysis. This report is my complete breakdown of all the technical analysis I use when trading or when making recommendations. I cover in detail the anatomy of a chart pattern, technical patterns, and chart patterns. Basically, it features full illustrations and explanations of all the chart patterns that I use the most in Jeff Clark Trader, and it lays out exactly how to use them. Third, and as kind of a special bonus, I'll give you access to my new report, How to Trade Bitcoin for Huge Gains Over and Over Again. The title is pretty self-explanatory, but the gist of it is that in this report, I show you how to trade Bitcoin in a standard brokerage account over and over throughout the year for incredible gains. There's only a few times a year when the chart patterns align perfectly to make a good Bitcoin trade, but when they do, the gains can be massive. I mean, think about it. Bitcoin makes moves all the time, but a few times a year, it breaks out and makes a massive move. What if you could ignore all the Bitcoin noise and only buy into it before it makes a huge move upward and then sell it before it crashes again? And imagine doing that same thing over and over and over again. Now imagine doing that through a normal brokerage account, without having to create a digital wallet, without having to use, sketchy crypto exchanges, and without the potential delay that often comes with buying Bitcoin through a crypto exchange. That's precisely what I'll show you how to do in this report. Now, a 1-year subscription to Jeff Clark Trader, including everything that I've mentioned so far, normally costs $199 per year. That's the list price for the service. But right now, you can try my research for just a fraction of the normal rate. Today, I'm offering a risk-free subscription to Jeff Clark Trader at a 75% discount. That means right now you can get started for just $49. Now, I want to help as many people as possible learn how to exceed their financial goals. And at that price, anyone who's serious about making money can easily get started. Plus, I'm confident you can make that subscription cost back many times over in just a single trade. And you can continue to receive all the information I provide at that low annual price as long as you keep your subscription active. But I also put my money where my mouth is because I'm completely confident in the value of my research, which is why I've made this offer completely risk-free, so you can make sure that it's perfect for you before committing to it. Now, what I mean by risk-free is that I'm going to give you a full 60 days to follow my research without having to be tied to the service for a whole year if you decide that it's not right for you. I'll give you a full 60 days to try it out, check out the trade recommendations that I send out, watch my entire Money Multiplier Masterclass, all 8 videos, check out all of the special reports on my members-only website, and if you decide for any reason that Jeff Clark Trader isn't everything you want in an options trading research service, simply call my customer support team and request a full refund. Now, make no mistake, I'm not making this incredible offer right now for no reason. There couldn't be a better time to start trading options than right now. I mean, with gold making big moves, you'll have some incredible opportunities to profit with GDX. And that's just one stock. I believe you're going to have the opportunity to see huge profits from the other recommendations that I make in Jeff Clark Trader too. Our focus is limited to about 3 stocks, but they're the 3 stocks that I've carefully chosen because of their incredible money-making potential. Simply put, this is the only investment strategy that I know of, backed by years of proof of concept that could be life-changing, where just $1,000, $2,000, or even $5,000 has the realistic ability to quickly balloon into a comfortable retirement account, or where you can take a small sum and use it to bring in a whole new income stream, giving you complete autonomy over your life, the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want, without worrying about money or getting permission. I know that might sound too good to be true, but I've personally used this strategy to amass a fortune, and my readers have used it to pull in incredible amounts of money too. Like Dr. M, who said 235%, not bad for a first trade. And Charles H, who said, so far I've earned about $19,000 in 2 months. Or William R, who said, my account went from $4,000 to $14,000. Haha. And Brad K, who said, $40,000 in profits this week. Last week I made $50,000. Wow. I mean, what could you do with an extra 90 grand in 2 weeks? I love getting letters like this, and I want the next letter like this to come from you. I want you to have the same opportunities that these folks had. So please don't hesitate. Give yourself a chance to get ahead. Try Jeff Clark Trader with a 100% risk-free offer today. Here's a rundown of everything you'll receive when you sign up today. There's the full access to my Money Multiplier Masterclass. With all 8 videos, you'll have access to all of my best trading secrets to options trading. A bonus video series called Open Line Q&As. See, every quarter, I take my subscribers' most pressing questions and give the best answers that I can. In our most recent Q&A, for example, I discussed a few advanced option strategies, my philosophy on why options are low risk, and even my current thoughts on Bitcoin. Please note that I can't provide personalized investment advice. Access to every special report I produced in Jeff Clark Trader, and access to any new special reports that I produce in the future. Today, you'll get them for free with this offer. It's unfettered access to my members-only website. This is where I post my model portfolio and trade recommendations, all of my special reports, all of the current and past issues, and all of my current and future videos. Only paid members can access this private site. You also get access to every single trade recommendations that I send out for Jeff Clark Trader. See, as a member, you'll receive exclusive access to my Jeff Clark Trader trading app, and you'll be sent notifications immediately to your phone and email as soon as a trade recommendation goes out. I've shown you how lucrative this research can be, and I've made you the best offer you'll find for this caliber of research, with this kind of profit potential. Turning a small sum into a whole new income stream or even a dream retirement is absolutely possible when you make the right moves. So don't hesitate. Consider the proof that I've shown you today. Think of the huge gains that we've already seen using this investment strategy and the hundreds of regular folks who have profited from a few simple steps. And imagine the feeling that you'll have when you pull in gain after gain. Feelings of true freedom. Freedom from worrying about retirement, freedom to do what you want, freedom to spend more time with family and less time working too much for too little. I've done everything I can to make getting started as easy as possible for you to give my research a try. Click on the link below and subscribe to Jeff Clark Trader. Follow the instructions on our secure order form, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you choose to take advantage of the risk-free offer for Jeff Clark Trader. There may never be a better time than right now to use options to boost your portfolio. With volatility comes excellent opportunities to profit when the market rises and then profit even more when it falls. Using options the right way can reduce your risk in the market while boosting your reward. Follow the steps I've laid out in this presentation, and you may never have to worry about money again. If we do even half as well as I expect, you'll be in for the time of your life as you potentially watch your gains double again and again.